I think it's exciting that there's always been speculation, or at least there's been speculation for the last 20, 30 odd years, but now there is proof. A group of academics from the British Museum, uh, the King's, the University of Chicago have used digital imaging techniques and what is it? Scientific instrumentation to examine the Parthenon sculptures, the Elgin marbles, at a microscopic level, and they've discovered a huge amount of surviving paint. This proves beyond a shadow of doubt that these sculptures were originally festooned in colour, multiple colours, multiple patterns beyond the scope of the original sculpture. So the drapery was covered in sort of filigree type patterns as well, and researchers used a non-invasive technique developed by Dr. Giovanni Verri from Chicago to identify things like Egyptian blue. Egyptian blue is a sort of a very common blue that was used in ancient Egypt. It's sort of cheap blue, but it was used around 3000 BC, and really was the only blue available, unless people used purple. And purple was made out of shellfish. It was the stuff which was used to make the dye for the emperor's cloaks. And there's very little of this shellfish. Now there's none. It's also used. It was also used in the original prayer shawls in Judaism, and there is none of that particular pigment left anymore. It's vanished. The shellfish have gone, but there's no evidence of shellfish in the Parthenon apparently, and I don't know whether there's evidence of gold. There's not enough information coming out yet, but it is extraordinary. The sculptors were intending to reproduce with as much accuracy as they could the look of wool, of linen, of skin, and this idea that everything was white and pristine simply isn't the case. It's this was the Parthenon, the Acropolis was a riot of colour, a playground. It was Disneyland for ancient Greece, Disneyland for the 4th century BC. I think it must have been wonderful. So there's a place that Calvin Robinson could have gone to if he couldn't get into Disney World.